everybody, Elisa here with another Vera Bradley bag of the day. I realized I should probably first start with an apology for the dog chewing noises because I can tell they seem a little loud. Sorry about that. Everybody's very excited to be back up on the bed because I know it's been a long time since I made a video because I just have been taking on so much work that it's hard to fit it in. But I have this viewer request and I know I'm a little slow in getting to it, and so I'm so sorry about that for the person who requested it. I'm sorry, I don't remember what your handle was, but she had wanted to, I assume it's a she, had wanted to see the Vera Deluxe totes versus just the regular Vera totes, both the small and the large, and I happen to have all of that, and so I said sure I would do that, but it took me a little while to get to it. But I was thinking about it yesterday, and I almost did the video yesterday, but I ran out of time. But I did actually pull out my large Deluxe Vera to use as my bag of the day, thinking I would do the video, and so I have that all ready to go. So so I'll start with that. Just pull it up, and I do have other videos on these deluxe totes somewhere. They're probably in my tote bag playlist. It was a long time ago, so I forget where everything is, and unfortunately I have to sort of search through everything. But never hurts to do it again. So, you know, I love the Deluxe Vera totes, and it's really, I feel like it's really a shame that they only did them in a few fabrics, and because this is falling flowers. I always want to say falling leaves, but it's falling flowers. Not a huge fan of this pattern, but I do feel like the channel stitching on this bag, which is part of what makes this bag so great, really helps. It really improves the look of this particular pattern for some reason. I don't have this, I've never bought this in the regular, I think it was the diamond quilting at that point, or maybe it was the square quilting, I don't know, but the more standard kind of quilting that they've been doing on this fabric, it never appealed to me. The channel stitching is just great because it changes the drape of the bag, it softens up the bag, maybe because there's more rows of thread, you know, per like square inch of fabric, and so it's really changing the way the fabric moves and the stiffness of the fabric. It's sort of breaking up the stiffness of the fabric a little bit. So these bags, any bag with the channel stitching really has kind of a softness and a nice drape to it that the other bags don't have. And I do think it's interesting on this pattern, like I said. So size-wise, I mean, there's a whole host of differences, but they're just in the sort of minor details. They're not in the overall features, and size of the bag is comparable, although I will say I do have my tape measure out so I can try to measure stuff, but I do feel like the Deluxe is just a tiny bit smaller. Now, these are both the larger, you know, ones. And I do feel like the regular Vera, the regular style Vera, this one, is just a little bit bigger, maybe just by an inch or so. But it just looks a little bit bigger. This one looks just a little bit more streamlined. Let me see my tape measure here. So they both have, you know, inside they both have similar features, the 6 slip pockets. I feel like there's some grommet holes and little pockets for chargers and things going on in the Deluxe version that you don't have in the regular Vera tote. And on the Deluxe version, you don't have that hidden slip pocket that's up here, which is kind of a neat thing. But there are more exterior pockets on the Deluxe, which is nice. So get to those. So when I pull this across the top tight, it's about, the opening is about 18. And when I pull this one tight. The opening is about 17. Just a slight difference. They both have a recessed zipper. The top edging of this is doesn't have a seam or piping. It's the fabric sort of folded over. And so there's this nice soft top edge here that I like. Here you can see on all these, the current Vera totes, you've got this piping, whether it's microfiber or the same fabric as the body of the bag. They're doing that now, which I like that. I like both. Straps are the same. I think this strap drop is like 12 inches. And I will stand up in a minute with it on. I can show quickly what I have in here, but it's my usual stuff. 12 inches. I know that's a strap drop on the current Vera too. So that's the strap drop seems to be about the same. For anyone who's wondering, this is one of my custom Vera totes. This is the body is Itsy Ditsy navy. Yeah. And the straps were Cloud Vines Multi. Inside is Cloud Vines Multi too. I have a video on this in my custom totes playlist, or custom bags playlist. So the thing that I think really jumps out, aside from the channel stitching that makes this different, is all the pockets on the outside. You've got these deep slip pockets. They don't go down to the bottom, just almost to the bottom. I'd say about 2 inches shy of the bottom. So a nice big slip pocket here. Same on the back. It's on the back as well. Although, again, the same depth. And then it's got these east-west pockets, which are very handy. Unfortunately, it's that toothy metal zipper, but on this zipper portion of it. But what are you going to do? As I always say, what are you going to do? And it's a rough zipper. You feel it when your hand goes in there. But I like having east-west pockets, and that zipper pocket is on top of a slip pocket. So, I tend to use the slip pockets more. So you have some options there. And those are on both sides. And then there's also this sort of piping. The piping is sort of a little bit, it's got this nice piping that kind of makes it look a little bit more luxurious. I mean, it almost doesn't look like piping. It almost looks like, but it has to be because the pattern is not continuing onto this edging. But it's so well done. It's so like flush to the fabric there that it almost looks like it's just part of the printing of the fabric. But I do think it's a separate piece of fabric because it's solid. But it does have also these sort of strips here that are, they're not quite, they're almost like grosgrain ribbon, but they're not grosgrain ribbon. They're just kind of like, almost like a canvas, but they're smooth, with almost like a satiny finish. But they're not too shiny like satin. And so on the back, this slip pocket in the back, I don't know if this is going to show. Oh yeah, it does. There's a grommet there and a sort of a small slip pocket by that grommet, where I guess you could put an accessory or battery or something if you're doing something with your charger cord, or maybe you're listening to your earphones, although I feel like we don't have cords anymore. Everything is sort of that wireless. But anyway, there is that on that pocket. And then that sort of corresponds to on the inside, there's a slip pocket. And I don't know if you're not going to be able to see it maybe, but maybe you could get the light in there a little bit. There's the grommet there, and below it is sort of like within the slip pocket, there's sort of a small slip pocket with a gathered edge, elasticized gathered edge, again for maybe your battery pack or whatever. I don't know. I was never technologically advanced. enough that I was doing stuff like that. I'm sort of charging my stuff at home, and then I go out to the world, and I'm lucky if I have a charger cord on me. Anyway, so that's the outside, and oh, just to mention real quick, this doesn't have piping on the straps here. You know, like you see your typical like microfiber piping, or it's the pattern. This doesn't have that on the straps. It's just the straps. The straps are just fabric with stitching. I like it. I mean, it's a nice difference, and it has a softness to it. So I can put them on, and then I can sort of empty it out. Oh, before I forget, well, I'll put them on, but before I empty them out, maybe I'll bring up the small version of this so people can see the size. And in my custom one right now, I don't, it's packed up with stuff, but it's all just kind of like random accessories that I just sort of use a lot, and I just sort of keep them by my bed thrown in there. I'm running out of space in my closet to fit it all in there. Let's see if I can get myself. There we go. So you can see they look about the same from this angle. So, you know, very big. It's a big square bag, the Vera. This one doesn't look quite as big this way, right? That's where I measured it. It was just a little bit smaller. And it looks a little bit smaller. Might also have something to do with the construction with these east-west pockets, which curve around they create more of a curved end here, whereas this just has these seams, right? It's very square. It creates, the way this bag is constructed, it holds a very square kind of shape. Whereas I think that these wraparound end pockets sort of pull the bag in and give it kind of a rounder look, less hard, square, pointy edged look. This is a real comfortable bag. I do like it. And it really, as I've said in other videos about this, you know, it works well with all my camo and like, you know, olive green fatigue, army fatigue kind of colored clothing, which I do have a bunch of. So this works well with that. But it also, you know, this pops nice on red because it's got these, and I was sorry, I had to order these. I ordered all of my Deluxe Vera Totes in the online outlet sales, so they were super cheap. I was hoping to get better positioning of the red because I really do like this color red. It's a nice soft red. It pops nice against the green. So I was hoping to get some more centered, but I didn't. I do like the blue with the green, so it's okay. But because of this red, I feel like this pops well on red. And if you wore this probably on like with shaker blue kind of colors, it would work well. Or mint green. You know, when anything that picks up one of the colors in there, this will pop well against it, I think. So the small version of this, again, same pattern, same issue with it not being released in a lot of patterns. And I do think this came out in a couple of microfiber solid colors like black, and I'm not sure if it was Hawthorn Rose or it was some kind of beautiful deep kind of pink color. I saw it in an online outlet sale once, and it sold out, you know, super fast, and I missed it. I was really bummed that I missed it. I definitely would have gotten another one because I do like this tote. This is the small. I really, as I usually say in videos, one of the few small Vera totes that I really love because this bag is a little small for me. Let's see if I can hold this up. I just have bags nested in there for storage because, like I said, I'm just running out of. I don't have space. Did she steal your toy? I will get it back in a sec. Oh, or crooked. So you can see the difference. I mean, it's comparable to the difference with the, excuse me, with the regular small and large Vera totes. Did she steal that? Okay, let's get it back. You cannot steal her toy. Oh gosh, not giving it up. Excuse me, please. Here, Pumpkin. Do you want this one? No, you can't have both of them, Peaches. Okay. Sorry. So, just like with the small Vera and the large Vera regulars, like I was saying, they're kind of the same size difference. It's all real comparable. Just want to check the strap drop on this. Yeah, also 12. I always feel like the strap drop on the small Vera is awkward for me, even though it seems to be the same. I think it has something to do with the proportions of the strap drop with the smaller bag or something. I don't know. It feels awkward a little bit to me. Like it feels longer to me, even though, you know, logically I know that it's not. So this is a small one. Same strap drop. Just feels different. There's the big one. Small one. But I don't mind this as much as the other small Veras, and I'll pull out another small Vera. Again, the same kind of features. The east-west pockets, zipper pocket on top of a slip pocket for the east-west pockets, and these deep, you know, front and back slip pockets. Same thing, same grommet holes, same everything. Same junk. Same old shopping lists. I, again, didn't get a lot of the red flowers. A little bit on the back there. But, yeah. And the same channel stitching. So, the regular small Vera, I'm not sure. It looks to be about the same size. Let's see. Oh, forgot to change my camera. Sorry about that. I'm out of practice. It's been a while. And we're crooked. Oh, so now this is interesting. I forgot about that. The Deluxe is a little bit taller. So that's nice. Maybe that's why the Deluxe is not feeling quite so awkward for me. It's because it is actually a little bit bigger. There's something about the small Vera. I do have a handful of them, but it is too small for me, so it's rare that I buy it. And I did get, this is Dragon Fruit Floral, and I did buy it because I wanted something with that larger trim. And they weren't offering this in the larger Vera, the regular Vera. So I had to go with the small. This is one of my favorite patterns, and I wanted something with that trim. So I do have this. Right. So let's just see that. I just want to see what that difference is from top to bottom. See if it's the only one. So 11 from top to bottom on the regular small Vera. 12 from top to bottom on the Deluxe small Vera. And if I pull it, it's about 14, 15. If I put on the across the top, if I pull it, about 14. Same thing, about 14, 15 across the top on the regular one. This one's sort of easier to show that little slip pocket that's on the regular Veras. That hidden slip pocket. It's not on either of the Deluxes. It's this. So I like that feature. I do use that. But again, there are so many other slip pockets on here. These east-west slip pockets on here kind of make up for that. It gives you more pocket options, and the side ones too is a nice big side slip pockets. Yeah, the Veras people probably know only have that one sort of small slip pocket with the zipper pocket on top. Same, you know, on this one anyway, the same metal zipper, but people probably know they've switched now to that plastic zipper on a lot of their products now, where they're using the plastic zipper that coordinates, the color coordinates, so you get, they've moved away from the metal zippers, which is nice. What does this one have? Yeah, so like on the custom, they do a coordinating, soft plastic, a coordinating color, which you choose. I mean, you can choose that when you do the custom bag. And I just wanted to show, I will put the small ones on. I just wanted to show another, the large Deluxe next to another regular Vera, because this Vera has a side trim. My custom Vera doesn't have the side trim, which is something I've been telling them in the focus group that I'm in, that it would be nice if they, in their custom section, bag section, if they offered you the option to put side trim on your Veras. I think that would be awesome. They could do so much with that. It would be really kind of neat. But nobody's listening to me. Although they did just recently show us a fruit pattern with lemons for, I don't know if it's a done deal. It may just be something they're considering, but for the factory outlet stores. And it's definitely more of a, people have seen some of my earlier videos where I talk about fruit and how that was an idea that I had suggested in the focus group early on. And it was really, a lot of the other members there poo-pooed me. A lot of the people in the group poo-pooed me, but they seemed to then come out with a bunch of fruit patterns that people were going crazy for. This lemon thing was what I had in mind. I didn't have in mind, cross sections of watermelon. People know what I'm talking about. I was envisioning these kind of lemons, something very like Sicilian lemons and Italian, French textiles, things like that. And that's what this pattern that they showed us really reminds me of. So I was very pleased to see it, and I hope that it makes the cut. But anyway, so you can see, again, just to get an idea, see it next to the Vera with the side trim, because some come out with the side trim. Okay, so the other thing was to show the smalls on. Can't remember if I did that. I don't think I did that. Maybe I did. I don't remember. Getting old. I don't remember what I did 5 minutes ago anymore. Do I have this one on right now? Front out. So it does look, this one does look bigger, So I think that might be influencing me why I like it more. It's just too small for me, personally. Just, I don't know, there's something about it. And I do find when I pack it up, I get frustrated because I do run out of space. I like to lug a lot of stuff with me, unfortunately. So just to show real quick what I have in the only one I have packed up is the big Deluxe. It's very cute. Again, that soft top edge, that's just sort of the fabric folded over like that. Just has a very luxe kind of feel, a little bit more substantial, a little bit more designed. So a little bit more expensive feel to it. So in here I just have all of my typical stuff. I did have my iPad mini in one of the center interior slip pockets. Fits in perfectly. I never remember what the width is on that and this thing. A little bit more than 5, like 5 1/4 or so, and about 8 top to bottom. So that gives you a sense of maybe the pocket size in here. And so I just have kind of dark, but all my stuff in there. A little bit more light, a little bit. And this is a nylon lining. I mean, now they've gone back to that more cotton-like lining, which is, I assume, a blend. I think it's a blend of polyester and cotton, maybe, or maybe it's all polyester. But I think it's nice. I mean, I think they've done a nice thing with that. So I just have my usual stuff. This is one of those fruit parents I was talking about, and I do love this Fruit Grove. But wasn't really what I was expecting with you know, watermelon when I had said, oh, I would love to see fruit patterns. And I don't know that, you know, it was because I said that all of a sudden there were fruit patterns. I mean, that could have been something that was already in the works, but it just, if, you know, if that's the case, it was just a neat coincidence. And again, I have Fruit Grove and this mini dome, which they don't seem to be making anymore, which I really wish they would make. And in here, I just have, this was the like a little travel takes jewelry case, and I have a video where I show this where I'm sitting in my car in New York City for people who want to look at this more. And in here I just have some tissues and tissue pack and lip balm. This Nivea lip balm. And this is lined with plastic, and I left the plastic in there. Sometimes people watch some of my other videos and I would cut the plastic out of those kinds of things. But then I have in one of the slip pockets my hand sanitizer, which is a tall bottle, but I do like this bottle, and I keep refilling it, and just works nice with these sort of deep slip pockets in here. I have a Carson cell phone crossbody that I do keep my phone. My phone is right over there, but I can show that it does fit. It's an iPhone 11. And it fits right in there. And I just use it as padding. And also because I feel like it makes it easy for me to find my phone. I sort of always know what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the flap, or I'm feeling for the flap on this, which I tend to keep undone, unsnapped. And so it enables me to find my phone sort of easily and quickly in a bag. So I like that. And I slip this in one of those side slip pockets. The one that is more front facing, you know. So when it's on my shoulder, it's sort of always towards the front. And this is Cat's Meow for anyone who's maybe new to Vera. This was I think it was 2019 limited edition. I have two of these because they're just so cute. I couldn't help myself with the animal patterns. And this is Best in Show Turn Lock. It's I love the Turn Lock wallet. And when I have a bag, when I'm carrying a bigger bag, I go with this nice honking big kind of wallet. I have videos on this. When I go with a smaller bag, I switch out to a smaller wallet usually. Then I just have some pouches with masks. Got masks in there. This is Penelope's Garden from the factory outlet store. And this, oh God, what's this called? Merry Mischief. This pouch is just, this is the largest pouch in the Cosmetic trio. This is just slightly smaller. And this is what came with the Grand Tote. And it sort of has this clip because it clipped onto that. There was that strip of fabric in the Grand Tote with a lobster claw clasp on it, and you can clip this into that tote because that tote is just a big open top, doesn't have a zipper. But I took it out because I knew I was going to want to use it this way, and I have gloves in there, just gloves. And this is just cotton lining on the inside. This is a cute pattern. I guess I can show that tote, the Grand Tote, in that pattern in another video when I get a chance. It wasn't something I wanted the Vera Tote in, although I think it looks pretty. It's just that it's so limited when it's such a sort of a wintry kind of holiday pattern. I find that I don't use it all year round, so it's kind of a lot of money to spend for limited use, so I resisted. Amazingly enough, I resisted. But this is very cute pattern, and I do love deer, so it's when I saw this, I got this on sale, majorly on sale. I think it was like 30 bucks. Maybe 27 or so, 30 or something. Where was it? Maybe Occasionally Yours. I mean, deeply discounted, so I went for it. But I do like this. It's nice to just get be able to have the pattern a little bit. And this is a mini cosmetic pouch, dragon fruit floral. I just have my GPS in there. What else? Oh, I still have a tag on this bag. I always do that. I always forget to take the tags off. And I'm walking around. Who was that? Was that Minnie Pearl? Who was that one with the hat, the tag? People know what I'm talking about from back in the day. I'm dating myself. Let's pretend I'm not as old as I am. The Lighten Up Medium Cosmetic in Petite Vines. Love this pattern. This made it into my, so it makes it into my, some of my top patterns list, flower patterns, etc. Love this pattern. Wish they had done that in cotton. And the Havana Rose on a roll. I think that's what this is called. I just have some pens in there. And I've shown this also, Tavern on the Green. It's some kind of paperback cover. I just have a pad in there for, you know, to-do lists and things that I carry with me. Because I wanted something to sort of protect the pad, because when I put the pad in my bag, it gets all sort of beaten up, rubbing against the other stuff, knocking against all the other stuff in there. So this works really well. I was really pleased with that. And I have a hard time resisting Tavern on the Green. People probably know this pattern, a real good vintage pattern. I forget the year. I always want to say 1990, but I'm not sure. But it's definitely in the pattern archive. At least it used to be before they revamped the website. I would imagine it's still there. The unicorn and the trim. Hard to resist the unicorn. And all my various zip IDs of my photos of Duke and my first dog and my father and my husband. Have to get Peaches, and I have to get another ID for Peaches and Rosie. I think that's it. Oh, my lanyard with my store discount cards. That's not Vera. And just to show the pockets if I can. See if I get the tag out of the way. And the lining, sort of this dot pattern. Picks up some of the colors on the outside. It's nice. Not a huge polka dot fan, but I mean, one way or the other, it doesn't, you know, I don't dislike it. Just, I know some people may be really into polka dots, but what I do like about this polka dot, she's not doing anything. Ease up, Peaches. Oh my goodness, the same exact toy they fight over. What I like about this polka dot design is that it's not so rigid, you know, it's sort of a little loose. You got like this drop shadow there, white, with each dot. Not so precise. And so you can see there's the 6, maybe, hopefully you can see, maybe you can't. There's 6 slip pockets in there, just like on a regular Vera. And it's that, I don't know if you can hear that, but it is that kind of nylon-y, noisier lining, but it's not that bad. Crazy dogs. And so the Small Vera, just like this, the deluxe version, just like this, only smaller. The regular Vera, inside, pretty much the same, just doesn't have that grommet, all the grommet holes, but you know, it's the same. Again, it looks like a black hole. It's got the 6 big slip pockets, and my iPad mini's at the bottom here. iPad mini slips right in here, you know, perfectly. So these are good size pockets, of course. Just no grommet, no charger pockets, and that slip pocket's nice. So it's nice to get up with the trim on the regular Vieras. This is Bramble, for anyone who is wondering. I don't remember the year, but I think it's must be in the pattern archive. And I do have, for a while there, I try to be good when I post on my Instagram feed, which is also Vera Bradley Bag of the Day. Oh no, it's Vera Bradley BOTD. I was putting years for the patterns when I first started doing the feed. I'm not always so good about that now because I'm always tired when I'm doing stuff, and I always say, "Oh, I'll go back and put the year in later when I'm posting." But I don't always do that. But I think somewhere in my feed you probably could find a year for this. Very nice. Maybe 2000, maybe 2018. That would be my guess. 2018. Maybe 2019. Don't quote me. That's a pretty pattern. I don't like this on every bag style, but I do like it on the Vera tote, the large Vera. So I think that's it. I hope I haven't forgotten to talk about some kind of feature or something that I'll shut the video off and then I'll be like, oh my god, I forgot to talk about it. so out of practice because I haven't done a video in a while. But anyway, thanks so much for watching, and I hope that that helped the person who was wanting to see all the different Veras together. Thanks so much for watching, and hopefully see you next time on Vera Bradley Bag of the Day.